This rich man with a gold necklace is going to be raided. After a shot hit the ceiling, gold bars fell from the ceiling like a rainstorm. The pillars were full of gold bars. Under the steps are also buried gold plates and small gold bricks. The walls are full of money. A few random boxes dug out of the garden were filled with money. In the secret room, under the well cover, there were all kinds of pots and pans made of gold. There were so many treasures in his house. People even had to carry gold necklaces in buckets. They used dustpans and sacks to carry all kinds of gold. They used the principle of leverage to weigh the gold. Ounces of women worked for a month, but they couldn't count how much money he had in his house. Here the search at least a few billion. The person in charge of the raid was May, the newly appointed tax officers. Just a few days ago, May received a call from a mysterious person saying that Singh's family was hiding a huge amount of tax evasion money. May inspected the house and found out that Singh's assets were huge. Singh owns a brick factory, a mining plant, a cement factory, and a food factory. His business is more than we can imagine. Yet Singh pays very little tax. It was clear from this situation that Singh was in trouble, so May applied to his superiors for a search warrant. He took his colleagues and the police into Singh's mansion very seriously. They searched every corner of Singh's house. Even the cow dung in Singh's factory was searched. Unfortunately, they didn't find anything of value. May was panicking. Was there something wrong with the information provided by the informant? Singh teased him by saying that maybe there was a lot of money in the well. So May immediately drained the well. However, they still didn't find any money. Now only the temple was left unsearched. Temples are very sacred places in India. So May led the group to unbuckle their belts and take off their wallets. They put their gold and silver jewelry outside. Then they washed their hands and went back inside to search the temple. But they still found nothing. When May left the temple, he found a note stuffed in his wallet. So he secretly took the note to the rooftop alone to check. It was like a treasure map. May threw a glass of water on the statue. Afterwards, the color of the newly built wall fell off. There must be something wrong here. May ordered someone to crack open the statue and found a large amount of money hidden inside. Singh said none of the money was his. So whose money is it? No one in Singh's family would dare to admit it. Singh immediately pulls May outside and says he will give him 500,000 to leave. May said, "I haven't dug out the 2 billion in your family yet. Don't be in a hurry." Then he found a cabinet of money and gold in the basement. There are several large boxes full of gold and silver jewelry. Then they dug up a few more boxes of treasure in the backyard. Singh finally got restless. He brought a shotgun and tried to get rid of the law enforcement officers. His family members came forward to stop him, but the struggle led to the shotgun going off. The gun struck the ceiling. Singh stood still with his eyes wide open. The gold bars hidden in the ceiling fell in a large quantity. Everyone was stunned. Singh had hidden the money on the ceiling. He is really talented. May fired several shots at the ceiling. The gold bars kept falling down from the ceiling like a rainstorm. Singh panicked. He called May's superiors and asked him to tell May to stop raiding the house. Otherwise, Singh would make them all lose their jobs. The superior said, "I'm retiring in 6 months. I don't need to think that much." Singh's background is no ordinary person. He is a member of parliament. Even the prime minister had to give him face and asked for his opinion. May deliberately let Singh go. He wanted Singh to go to his contacts. May could then arrest all these corrupt officials at once. Singh looked like he was proud of himself and looked down on others. He immediately approached the local governor and was told that the tax department was under central control. He had no right to interfere. He had to ask Singh to contact the finance minister. However, the finance minister also said that Singh was cheating on his taxes. So May was justified in raiding Singh's house. He couldn't interfere either, but he made a phone call to May for Singh. He told May to hurry up and solve the case. While May was worried about not finding the treasure, one of Singh's grandmothers told May that when the family was repairing the house, she didn't know why these useless pillars and steps were added. These words immediately made May understand something. He cracked the pillars and found a lot more gold and silver. There was gold under the steps too. The Singh family said that the money was not theirs. Then May put a member of the family in the room. He questioned him with the document in his hand. The law is very clear. If an Indian sends money abroad, that's treason. The man was shaking with fear. He confessed that his brother's brother-in-law was dealing with foreign exchange outside the country. May's men took a look at the document. It was clearly a blank sheet of paper. May is really a brave and resourceful fighter. Singh's dirty money in the bank was frozen and seized. In the next raid, May knocked down the walls and found another batch of treasures. They didn't know who it belonged to. There was also a lot of money in the granary. Singh's family had too much dirty money. They had to fill buckets with gold and dustpans with money. out scenes of accountants Saturday in a row and counted the money together. That's for 2 billion in dirty money. There are also many baskets of gold and silver treasures. Even behind the TV can hide money. A small yard of 30 square meters was filled with money. The men also encountered problems that could not be heavy, so they had to use the principle of leverage. Use people as weights to weigh gold. This is the unique case in the history of mankind. Singh was not idle either. He called as a national MP and united with other MPs to threaten the Prime Minister. They were the ones who supported the Prime Minister's rise to power. Now Singh is in trouble. Of course, the Prime Minister could not do nothing. The Prime Minister had no choice but to call May. He hoped that May would stop. At this point, he could stop. May is a smart man. He asked the Prime Minister to provide a written document with his own signature so that he could stop the action, because he couldn't tell if the person he was talking to was really the Prime Minister. How could there be a written document for such a corrupt matter? The Prime Minister would not sign it. Singh's plan to get help failed again. He could only leave in disappointment. If he could not solve the problem with the government officials, then he had to go to the gangsters to solve the problem. Singh called many gangsters to attack May's wife Malini. They also smashed the windows of her car and beat May's wife with many sticks. Malini told the driver to take the car to the tax compound. Then they gave up. Malini was also a man of justice. She cheered May on. Malini told him not to worry about her safety. She is going to teach these corrupt and evil people a lesson. Singh's family's for 2 billion in dirty money was all sealed and disposed of. The next step is to wait for the money to be handed over to the National Treasury. From the beginning till now, May has been leading his men for over a month. This is probably the longest raid ever. Singh also returned to the castle. He has so much money hidden in his house. The location of some of the money is not even known to him. How did the informant know the location of all this money? There must be a mole in the family. He wanted someone to come forward and admit it. If he finds out, that traitor will not end up well. All the family members lowered their heads. No one dared to speak. They were trembling with fear. Singh's mother urged him to surrender. That would make his case less serious. But what kind of man was Singh? He had never wanted to confess his guilt in his life. Instead, he began to sit outside and relax on the swing. Outside the castle, thousands of villagers have surrounded the castle with weapons. They are stopping May from transporting the 2 billion dirty money out. They are the ones who were instigated by Singh. If Singh is caught, then their vested interests will also be lost. May is warning the crowd over the loudspeaker. Singh's money is dirty money. You should not be fooled. But the people were furious. They didn't listen to a word. The police closed the gates of the castle. May tried to call for help, but the phone lines were cut by the people. The official car was broken and set on fire. The frantic crowd climbed over the castle gates. Just as they were about to storm the room, May suddenly remembered that the informant had said there was a secret passage. He immediately took his colleagues and fled through the backyard. A few people rushed here. May waved his pole at them and hit them with it. Several men beat them away together. The colleagues of the tax department then escaped safely, and May closed the gate. He decided to stay behind and guard the 2 billion in dirty money alone. More and more people rush in. May hid in a backyard warehouse. He pushed large boxes to block the door. He fired a few shots in anger, but that didn't scare the crazy people away. It's a good thing the house is already built strong. They couldn't get in for a while. May took out his wife's picture for one last look. He was ready to die. He wasn't afraid of dying, but May was afraid of leaving such a beautiful wife alone on earth. Luckily, the troops arrived just in time to defuse the crisis, and those troops were sent by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister had wanted to get rid of Singh, who was a threat to him. Singh is in jail. He couldn't figure out which family member had reported him. May kept it a secret. He never revealed the name of the informer to a third person until his death. Even his most trusted wife was not told. In fact, the informer was Singh's daughter-in-law. She was the one who put the treasure map in May's wallet. The daughter-in-law had grown up with Shashi, but she was forcibly taken away by Singh to become his daughter-in-law. Now she has avenged their love. It didn't take long. Officer May was transferred. This movie is based on a true story. May was a warrior who stood up for justice in spite of the power. He always wore slippers and brought his own drinks. He never accepted a penny from anyone. Because he was different. That's why he was reassigned 49 times in 7 years. There is no room for such a clean and righteous tax officers in every place. Not everyone is as brave as May. When he went to raid Singh's house, one of his subordinates suddenly wanted to get out of the car. He would rather lose his job than mess with Singh. This shows how powerful Singh is in the area. But power is not as strong as justice.